box like Zab, but with a Holyfield chin. There ain't a situation that I can't win. Only hot shit coming out my pen. Niggas like that nerd rap, I noticed the trend. Simping on records, man, that ain't hood. But when I point it out, man, that ain't. Welcome to another edition of the Random Boxing Notes. Let's just jump right into it with the Showtime fights. First, let's talk about the main event between Amir Khan and Carlos Molina. This is Khan's first fight with Virgil Hunter, which I believe was the trainer of the year last year, and he trained Andre Ward, as well as a few other notable fighters. Amir Khan, he improved a little bit. He did improve. But in that aspect of improvement, it was only in regards to him following a game plan and just sticking to it throughout the fight. He didn't get over anxious. He boxed aggressively, which is when he's at his best. You saw that in the Kotelnik fight and the Zab Judah fight as well, where he just pumps the jab, rip combinations, body head. He's not making those big movements around the ring that we saw in his previous fights. So he did kind of clean up his boxing and fought in a way that benefited his physical attributes. Now, so I'll say he did improve in that aspect. But what I didn't like to see last Saturday, I felt he got hit a little too much from a person that he was just way oversized. I mean, let's face it. I mean, Amir Khan had about a damn good 3-4 inches on height. He had him in reach. He's just naturally bigger. And he still got hit too much by this cat. And the one punch that he's vulnerable for, and I said this before when I did the swag science for Amir Khan and Danny Garcia, even though I picked Khan, I said he was open for the left hook. And he got hit with a bunch of left hooks by Carlos Molina. And Carlos Molina, he did his thing. He was just outgunned, but he did try, and he made the most out of it. You know, he fought in his hometown. He had the fans. He did his thing, but it just wasn't enough. He knew what it was when he was called as the opponent for that fight. Amir Khan, I just want to see him brush up his defense, move his head a little more, and try blocking or do something in regards of catching those left hooks, man. He just gets hit with them too much. And if Carlos Molina had any type of power, he would have probably dropped Khan, because he did buzz him on one occasion. Maybe two, but I saw he rocked Khan once or twice. And I didn't like that. You know, you shouldn't get rocked from a guy that, you know, that you just so much bigger than and stronger than. You know, that's not really a good look. But hopefully Khan could improve when he gets more fights under his belt with Virgil Hunter. But I think his handler is going to have to be real selective now, because I think the jury's out on Khan. He fight anybody who has a decent left hook with some power, and they could really cause problems for him. But, you know, we'll see. Sean Porter had fought on the Showtime Extreme against Julio Diaz. Great fight. It went into a draw. I felt Sean Porter did enough to win, as far as, like, I think that one judge had it 96-94. I thought that was about accurate. The one thing about Porter, even though he throws a lot of punches, he throws good, hard, clean punches. He kind of hurt himself with that moving around in the last couple rounds. He kind of ran it. That kind of gave the impression that Diaz was really building the momentum and doing more, although Diaz did less. And I feel you shouldn't give up ground on a guy that you're beating. You know, if you stand in front of a guy, or you've been just moving slightly and you've been throwing heat, keep doing that. And I think that's what kind of probably influenced the judges. But other than that, Sean Porter, he's real good action fighter. He didn't get hit with as many damn right hands this time as he did with Gomez. And it's funny because Julio Diaz, you know, is a blown up lightweight, but he really seemed like he filled out at that welterweight limit. Like, he didn't really look like a small guy in there. Like, kind of makes me wonder, like, wow, he probably should have been there a long time ago. But it was a good fight. Sean Porter, he didn't really make mistakes like that. He brushed up on his defense. I don't like how he kind of squares up a little too much. But hopefully they could fix that. But, you know, he didn't look bad. It was a great fight. Sean Porter, he gives you some good action fights. I know he's kind of rough, but to me, he's like a better, more advanced version of Kareem Mayfield to me. Let's get into the next fight. Alfredo Angulo, also trained by Virgil Hunter. The real star of that fight, man, was Jorge Silva. That kid did his thing. He went in there and he had that look like he's an opponent. Like they just brought him in there. Okay, he'll give him some rounds. But I don't think nobody in Angulo's camp thought that kid would really go to war like that. He kind of fizzled out in the last couple rounds. But if he would have kept going strong, that fight probably would have been a draw or a little upset. Because Angulo, damn, man, Angulo got hit with fucking everything, man. Lefts, rights, uppercuts, counters, pull counters. Just, I mean, damn. Angulo, man, I don't know, man. He's a good fighter. He's good at what he does, but he got to brush up that defense, man. Like, I don't know, Virgil Hunter, man. Like, you a good trainer, man, but... man, what's good? It's like it seemed like he gotta get that chemistry going with his other fighters that he has with Ward, because I don't really see this defense coming into play, and that's like 2 fighters. Hopefully they get Jorge Silva on some more TV fights. Yeah, he did his thing on that. Deontay Wilder, great damn knockout. Wow, that shit was crazy. But man, were those first 2 rounds sloppy as fuck? Man, that shit was like an eyesore, man. I couldn't really get with that fight, but I'm glad that knockout came, and that shit was nice, man. That shit was nice. Good finish. Deontay Wilder, he looks like he's almost there, but he gotta just refine his technique a bit, man. He has the size, the athletic ability. Just that technique needs to get brushed up on, cause he looks sloppy and just, he gotta step that up, but you know, hopefully he could do some good things in the future. Let me see. Leo Santa Cruz, he had a good little fight on I believe what it was, CBS, boxing back on CBS, regular TV. That was nice. He had a good little fight. He couldn't really handle the movement from his opponent that well at first. But, you know, when you're a pressure fighter, you know, you just can't give up. You know that you got to break dudes down. And he did that. And he really had this kid, I think, what's his name? Guevara. My apologies if I pronounced that wrong. But he really had him looking like he was about to go in those final rounds. Like, he was just battering his ass, like, left and right. But that was a real good fight. You know, good fight for network TV. Showtime doing their thing, man. I like to see Santa Cruz get some bigger fights next year. You know, he's made for TV. Good action fights. I think that about wraps it up. Wow. It's a good little weekend of boxing. So hopefully all these fighters who won or didn't win, hopefully they can still make some moves in the future for 2013. The Swag Science, HoodAllStars.com, signing off.